Hello Scrapper Names fans, how are we all? So I'm back with my Arty Fun Friday video, and today I'm doing a layout, as you can see there, from the Colour Blast kit for, April and May, so it's bi-monthly. So just showing you there, the kit comes with some instructions on how to do some layouts. These kits come with some 7 Dots Studio pattern papers, so I'm going to use a few of those in this layout. Using the stamp that came with it, again following the instructions. Using this is the first time I've ever used the Colour Blast mica powder, and I don't know if I've done it correctly. So I'll have to do a bit of trial and error with it and have a bit of research on it, I think. Because I just got this little jar and have tipped a bit of water in and then mixed it with the powder. There wasn't actually detailed instructions in the kit as to how to mix it up, just that you needed to mix and match some of it. So using this to create some splatters on the page here with my paintbrush. Not sure if it's too watery, but it is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. It's very glimmery. I also mixed some in with some texture paste as per the instructions, and using the Colour Blast stencil here, just adding some random spots. There you go, all around my page. So adding that stamping layer, the texture paste layer, and now the mica powder splatters. So as you can see, it didn't splatter as well as I think. I don't know if it's the paintbrush I'm using, my technique, whether or not it is too watery. I have to say this 7 Dot Studio pattern paper this month, this kit, was absolutely stunning. So the next instruction was to cut 3 sections of this other pattern paper out of the 7 Dot Studio, which you can see that's what I've done now. Oh, sorry, no, my video's playing up. That's why it's jumped ahead. So I'm cutting 3 strips out here, you'll see. As you can see, I love this paper. I don't know why, it's just different. Yeah, it's different, and it's different to the tones I usually, bright sort of coloured layouts and simple tones, I guess you could say, that I usually use. Now, it is school holidays, and I'm trying to get this voiceover done so it can go up today. So if you hear kitties in the background, it's just got a full house. Hannah? It's a hole. There we go. All right. Sorry, just playing dress-ups. Well, not playing dress-ups, helping someone dress up. There you go.
Hannah!
Shush. All right. Now, I couldn't decide which strips were to be cut out. I sort of got a bit hooked on or caught up on the instruction side and looking at it all. It wasn't 100% clear, so I just did what I thought. And I'm actually thinking of going a bit rogue with this kit and just doing my own layouts, or the skeleton, the bones of it all, or, you know, of one of the instructions, and then just putting together my own way. Just because I didn't quite understand the instructions that were there, it wasn't quite clear. So for someone like me who's a bit of a beginner with some stuff, it was a bit tricky. But that's all right, I figured it out, I did it my own way. Now, pretty certain I'd already dried this. For the most part, this is dry. It might be, the texture paste I think was still a little bit tacky, which made adhering the pieces over the top not too difficult, in all honesty. Look at the texture paste all over my fingers. So as you can see, I'm a little bit uncertain of how to put it on, and then I sort of just get to a point where I go, okay, I just need to do it. You know, basically, at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be perfect. No one's judging. There are instructions there if we want to use them, and I used it to my ability. So, and I've just used double-sided tape to adhere all my pieces on the top here down. Sorry, gee, lovely. I love school holidays. It's the last day here for us in the ACT. Thank God. Breaking up fights left, right, and arguments, I should say, left, right, and centre. All right. Oh, so over the top of the texture paste, sorry, I did use wet glue instead of the double-sided tape. nearly done putting all these pieces down. This video actually went for ages, mainly because I kept stop-starting and not actually stopping my video, so I had to edit so much where I'd just walk away and forget that I was filming. Now I have to say, in the end, I actually quite like the layout as it turns out, as to where I get to with it. I ended up sort of having to just say this is finished now, because otherwise I just didn't have time to sort of do a big long sort of, yeah, but I'll talk you through it when it gets closer. So the photo I'm documenting is a photo from the end, sort of towards the end of 2016, and it's of my stepdaughter with her nana, my partner's mum, who passed suddenly nearly 12 months ago actually. So these memories are extremely important for us, or for me, to document, I feel. But they're beautiful memories. Something that my stepdaughter will, I think, remember most, or a lot of, with her nana, because a lot of school holidays were spent doing puzzles at times, and so yes, even though the puzzle they're doing is actually designed for a young child. So just backing it on this smooth, now white cardstock that come in the kit. So we get a variety of like a collection of papers. So as I said, this 7 Dot Studio, I can't remember what it's, the first one was paint chips, I can't remember what this second one's called. Is it Northerly Lights maybe? Something like that. And then we get some plain coloured pattern paper, so it's usually like a smooth, it's actually quite interesting because I never have used a smooth paper. I didn't realise that cardstock like that plain one could come smooth and textured. I thought it just came textured because every time I buy them, Kaiser Crafts or American Crafts, that's what they are, but yeah, you have a choice. So yeah, so that's what comes in the kit, along with all little bits and pieces to help create these layouts. Now this one is a bigger kit than the first round of kits. It seems to have more in it, but there's also more layouts to do in it to complete that you can complete with it, which is really, really cool, really nice. Now they're chasing each other. Sorry, I have no spare time to film actually away from voiceover at the moment, away from kids. So you will hear them, and I apologise, but that's life here in my crazy household at the moment. So these two doilies came in the kit as well. I think there was a couple of doilies in it from memory, so there might be some more popping up. I lifted this on some craft foam. Just to give that pop away from the background and a bit of dimension to the page as well. Where have I gone? I must be fiddling around with instructions. I thought I had deleted most of this out. Sorry about that. Where have I gone? I can see my shadow there. That's always the bonus with the lighting I use at times. I can see my shadow. So I'm going to say that I'm probably fussing around at my little table that sits next to me with all my goodies on it. Die cutting. So I did use my diamond press with these die cuts that came, the metal dies that came, these feathers that you can see I just held up then. Don't exactly fit, are a little bit too long, but it's still cut in my diamond press. So I was really happy with that, because I was a bit like, well, I don't have a big die machine to use all the time with these, but yeah, this one worked really well actually. They came out really nicely, and it's using a different bit of another pattern paper from the collection that came in the kit, and yeah, just inking the edges. Just gives them a bit of definition with the black around the edge, I think. Makes them not so white on the edge to blend into the background, if that makes sense. There's like a lot of white there, so you want them to pop out a little bit. Now this is where I start to get to a point where I sort of, the instructions to me weren't 100% clear, so I just go with it as much as I can. So I actually stapled those three together to get them to stay in the position I wanted them in, just for time wise as well. But it worked. It meant that I didn't have to fiddle around trying to fit them in underneath here, and yeah, it worked. And I think I did some of the instructions here out of order a little bit. Oops. down. Now these big tags came in it. Again, these are actually a 7 Dot Studio piece. So we got some tags like this, and then some die cut, like different shapes, which you'll see shortly as well. So I do use my own hole punch to punch the hole at the top in. So you just had to cut them in half, and they sit either side of the photo here. I guess to give that impression that it's sort of one long one, which is pretty cool. I liked these actually sitting in there. I thought they looked really good. I was going to do it like that, yeah, and I thought, no, that looks weird. So I have done it like this. And as I said, I punched, my hole punch is in a big circle one. I think it was a little star one. I don't have many little punches, so I need to sort of maybe invest in some of those. And then we got this ribbon. It's really pretty, like lilac and white coloured ribbons to put through the hole. So I did actually struggle because I cut it too short. So I think I stopped the camera and do them and fight with it and get it done. Alright, just playing around obviously, trying to get it to sit in correctly where I'd already stuck my picture down, so I was lucky that I could lift the photo a little bit without whipping anything underneath. Now these beautiful little white flower embellishments came as well in the kit. As you can see, there's a bunch there, and then there's a few other loose ones. Now this is where I end up going, okay, enough. There was instructions in there to make your own flowers. Now my little sheet that comes with it to help make them, form them or whatever, is missing. I think I've put it somewhere and I can't find it. So I don't end up doing it just because time restraints a little bit too. I wanted to get this done and completed when I did this one afternoon. But I'm happy with it. I'm glad that I didn't, you wouldn't have seen, if you remember the original, picture at the beginning, you would have seen there was a lot of florals and things along the side of the photo. I don't add that, and I'm actually quite happy with not adding it. It's not probably so much my style of embellishing as in a lot like that. So as I said, I go a little bit rogue because A, time constraint, and B, I couldn't find a sheet that I needed to use. But also when I sit back and look at it, I was going to come back and do it after when I had another chance to. But I just thought it looks nice the way it was once this is done, which you'll see shortly. It'll be finished and yeah. So as you can see, I do play around with some other flowers I have in my collection to see whether or not they work. And in the end, as you can see, they don't match. I think I'm trying to have a look at what I can do. Oh no, so this is the next step, which was to put these loose die cuts that we got, that's on the sheet, on there as well. So I'm just picking a few of those to pop out and just randomly stick around. Don't add as much as there was in the kit, again, like as in on this instruction sheet, but that's okay. As I said, I am a big embellisher, like I do like to really embellish, but not with big things. I find that I don't do big things, big floral arrangements and things like that. So yeah, I don't add lots and lots of die cuts. And as I said, I'm cool with that. You know, it doesn't look perfectly like the picture, but close enough, and it fits my style. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it and like it. And if you are a Colour Blast Kit Club member and see this, I hope you enjoy it as well and can see that it's done differently. Now these sequins come in as well. I definitely don't make you sit and watch me fight with these to stick them on. I have such awkward hands that oh, it's a night, and I can't find my little tweezers. I was like, where are my tweezers? To pick them up and move them around. So they disappeared again. It seems to be the story of my life with tweezers. They seem to disappear and then reappear randomly somewhere. Alright, so yeah, some gold and some black pops of bling there. Again, I just randomly put them around the page, and they do add a nice little touch of shimmer to it. And then lastly, I just had to add in some more of the mica powder watered down droplets. As I said, I'm not sure, maybe I'm not using the right brush, but anyway, it works for there. So here's the layout, some close-ups of the layout. As I said, I'm really happy with how it turned out now, and I've actually just filed it away in my stepdaughter's album, and I think that's important. So yes, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.